In the peaceful village of Umunioma, nestled amidst rolling green hills and lined with red clay footpaths, life was a harmonious blend of tradition and community. But for one young girl named Adaise, the beauty and simplicity of her surroundings often contrasted with her own life, a life marred by an unshakable burden. Adaise had always been different. Born into a humble family, she was the second daughter of Neoma and Okonkwo, respected traders in the village. Before we dive into Adaise's incredible journey of courage and self-acceptance, don't forget to subscribe to Storytime Africa. Here we bring you the most powerful African stories, rich with wisdom and life lessons. Hit the like button and turn on notifications so you never miss an inspiring tale. In her early years, Adaise's laughter once filled the air, and her wide eyes, brimming with curiosity, were the delight of her parents. But as time passed, an illness struck, a relentless illness that robbed her of the smooth, glowing complexion she had as a child, leaving behind scars that her young heart was too fragile to bear. Every morning, Adaise prepared for school by wrapping herself in a piece of stained carton to completely cover her head and shoulders. It became her armor against the whispers, the giggles, and the cruel stares of her peers, especially Oluchi, a girl from a wealthier family whose sharp tongue often cut the deepest. "Here comes Adaise, the Carton girl," Oluchi teased, her friends giggling behind her. Adaise lowered her head, but her fists clenched under the makeshift covering. Oluchi never missed a chance to humiliate her. It wasn't just the taunts. It was the way Oluchi's words seeped into her soul and made her feel invisible, reduced only to her scars and imperfections. The words lingered in the air, a reminder of the invisible chains that bound Adaise to her fears. Life in Umunioma revolved around its traditions. Before the annual New Yam Festival, the village was abuzz with excitement. Adaise watched from afar. She longed to paint her body with intricate uli patterns like the other maidens, but she couldn't imagine stepping into the public gaze without her carton covering. Yet under her sadness lay strength. Her evenings were spent helping her mother at their modest stall in the village marketplace. While her peers scattered after school, Adaise would sweep the dirt, arrange baskets of yam and plantains, and sweeten customers with her carefully chosen words. It was there at the market that she met Akena. Akena was the son of a blacksmith, known for his kind heart and disarming smile. He greeted Adaise every evening, not with pity, but with a friendly nod and laughter that softened the world around her. "Adaise, your energy is as bright as this sunset," he said one evening, handing over a freshly picked guava. His words left Adaise confused and flustered. Why did someone like Akena speak kindly to her? For the first time in years, she felt something stir inside her, a tiny sliver of hope. But as Akena grew closer to Adaise, Oluchi grew more spiteful. One afternoon, while Adaise was walking back from the market, Oluchi blocked her path.
"So, Ikena fancies you now? The girl in a carton? He must be blind."
The taunt stung, but Adaise had begun finding her voice.
"Oluchi, it must tire you, carrying so much cruelty in your heart."
Oluchi laughed bitterly, but something flickered in her eyes, an unease that she quickly masked with scorn. She shrugged and walked away, but the clash became the talk of the village. For the first time, Adaise had stood up for herself. The New Yam Festival approached, its importance stretching beyond mere celebration. Villagers saw it as a time of renewal, of thanking the gods for the harvest and mending household feuds. For Adaise, however, it symbolized dread. "Daughter," her mother said one evening, "the festival is for everyone. Why do you hide when the world belongs to you as much as anyone?" Her mother's words made her curious. That night, by the dim light of an oil lamp, Adaise uncovered an old wooden mirror tucked under her bed. It had once been her favorite possession as a child. Staring into its cracked surface, she gently removed her carton covering. For the first time in years, she beheld her reflection, not with shame, but with quiet determination. Could she dare show her real face at the festival? Meanwhile, Akenna sensed Ades's hesitation. He began crafting something in his father's forge, a delicate piece of jewelry. It was a pair of earrings made from polished cowrie shells, meant to capture sunlight.
They can't erase scars, but they can remind you that beauty isn't just what's seen.
Ades placed a hand over her beating heart, overwhelmed by gratitude. Akenna's kindness now filled the spaces that Oluchi's words had once occupied. On the day of the festival, the village's central square was alive with drumming, cheers, and dancers spinning in brightly colored wrappers. Ades arrived wrapped in a simple white dress. For the first time, her face was uncovered, her scars etched openly for all to see. Strength surged in her as uli symbols painted by her mother adorned her arms, spirals and vines symbolizing resilience and rebirth. The crowd hushed when she stepped forward. Whispers rose, but within moments the drummers picked up their rhythm. Ades began moving with the dances, her feet in perfect sync with the heartbeat of tradition. Her scars became part of the rhythm of life enduring despite the odds. Oluchi stood in the crowd, her expression unreadable. Something inside her shifted at that moment. For years, she had ridiculed Ades, feeding on her pain to mask growing insecurities about her own life. Could it be that Ades was stronger than all of them? After the festival, she approached Ades quietly.
I never thought you'd have the courage, Oluchi admitted, struggling with her words. But you did. I'm sorry.
I forgive you, she replied simply.
The village buzzed for weeks about Adesi's bravery. Akenna and Adesi grew closer, united by an unspoken bond of mutual respect and understanding. She no longer walked with her head bowed or her scars hidden. Ades realized she didn't need perfect skin to be loved or valued. What started as a festival became something bigger, a transformation not just for Ades but for her entire village. Omunioma learned that true beauty lies in resilience, compassion, and the courage to embrace yourself despite what the world may think. And so, the girl who once wore a carton now walked through her village as a symbol of how hardship could transform into strength. Ades's story is a reminder that true beauty lies in courage and self-love. If this tale moved you, share it with someone who needs inspiration today. And don't forget, Storytime Africa is your home for powerful African storytelling. Subscribe, like, and stay tuned for more tales that touch the heart and feed the soul.